Hello everyone, it's Richard Lewis here again with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about something that's a little bit out of my wheelhouse. It's a little bit unusual for this channel, but I think it has relevance to us all as gamers and to people who care about companies that are coming into the online space and their ethical standing. So today I'm going to be talking about Wizards of the Coast. They just issued one of the most egregious, disgusting bans I have ever seen given to any competitor in any game in 15 years reporting on competitive gaming. It is outrageous, and everybody should be outraged about it. I am going to be, of course, talking about what happened to Austin Burcevic. Now, you might not know, you might not follow Magic the Gathering. I understand that. I've had a kind of very surface level understanding of it, like way back when, you know, in 2006, I want to say, I was saying, wouldn't esports be great if we could mimic the Magic the Gathering kind of pro circuit and some of the elements on there? And in a lot of ways, the open tournament circuit for things like CSGO and other games has kind of emulated that model. Whether it's deliberate or not, I don't really know. And Wizards of the Coast obviously make great games, many great games down the years. I used to play Magic myself, but increasingly, the company has become this, like a lot of companies are doing these days. They want to be moral arbiters. They want to enforce their rules, not just within their world, but out there on the internet. Things that you say on social media, things you say privately on social media to other people, should those messages be compromised. The way you think, the way you feel. They believe they are in a place to tell you what makes you a better person, what makes you a good person, and you must follow their rules at all time. And this has sort of happened with many companies. Famously, Riot Games were like this. I've done many videos about that. But Wizards of the Coast have kind of fallen into that same pitfall. So they've been on my radar for a while. I don't agree with the direction they're going. It's actually not beneficial to companies long term. It seems that you don't necessarily get the return of investment in the time and the staffing and the negative publicity that this type of desire ends up generating. But whatever. With Austin's case, it's not even about that. It's not even that he said something bad. It's not that he did something immoral or unethical. It's that he actually did something moral and ethical and was punished for it. So I'll give you the broad strokes. Wizards were going to move their paper tournaments for the rest of the year onto their online platform, Arena, and change the format of lots of those competitions to what is known as Standard. Now, certain people were told way ahead of this announcement, so they would have time to prepare, because what you've got to remember is that there is a difference between a paper, what they call a paper tournament, playing with cards, and playing online. Some people won't even have computers that can play online. So if they want to enter into the competition, they're going to have to make plans around how they're going to conquer that. Now, maybe it doesn't apply to a lot of people, but there are certainly cases. Remember, Wizards of the Coast is a global game. It's an all-encompassing game. There's people from different economic backgrounds that play this. It's always been a great leveler because you meet up in person and you play with paper cards. This means, of course, that they'd have to spend some time kind of grinding out new decks, trying out new things, adjusting to the new format. Now, some people knew about this and some people didn't. So those people who knew in advance had a competitive advantage. There's no getting away from that fact. There's no dressing it up in any other way. Wizards of the Coast hadn't done a great job in keeping this locked down. They didn't keep it a secret. People knew. So somebody, we don't know who, leaked it to Austin Burcevic, and he decided that's unethical. It's bad that some people know about this in advance and have a competitive advantage. So he actually decided to tweet about it here on May the 13th. You can see the PSA tournament slated for mid-June in 5 weeks will be on Arena, all standard. This announcement is planned to drop next Tuesday. Unfortunately, there's going to be prize cuts. There's going to be no mentions of future invites, fractionals, etc. I have not seen the announcement myself. This is only what I have heard. It came from the elite players who tried to do the right thing, those people who were told in advance. Rivals MPL were given these details 5 days ago and were told the announcement will drop May the 19th. Remember, this is May the 13th, and 5 days prior to that, those players knew about it. They are put in a really tough spot. Wizards is allowing them to have a hand in operating decisions, which is great. Unfortunately, Wizards of the Coast is seemingly incompetent and repeatedly granting massive competitive advantages to the league members while contracts sort of hold them back. And I assume that refers to the NDAs that they were under. Anyway, it's quite a long Twitter chain. For the sake of brevity, I won't read the whole thing. That's not even what's important anyway. Some people bizarrely have said that he shouldn't have said anything. I don't see what would preclude him from doing that or why he shouldn't, because remember, he's not been told in advance. He's not signed an NDA to know. He is simply sharing information he has heard on Twitter, a social media platform used for sharing information. So next up, well, he gets banned. He gets told he is banned indefinitely from the Duelists Convocation International, from MTG Online, and from MTG Arena. Now, remember, Austin Burcevic, he's not just a small-time player. This is the guy who, in 2019, won the Grand Prix at Dallas. He is a well-known figure and a competitive player of some standing. This isn't like some online troll or something like that. This is a tournament winner. And he's just been banned completely. And you're like, well, on what grounds have they banned him? Have they banned him for tweeting about it in advance? Well, no, they haven't done that. Actually, what they've banned him for is failure to cooperate with our investigation. Here's the email that they sent. It's staggering to me. Hello, Austin. I'm reaching out on behalf of Wizards of the Coast. You recently posted confidential information related to Magic the Gathering on your Twitter account. This information had not yet been readied for public announcement. Early release of incomplete information can create a poor experience for our players. As such, we would appreciate your help in learning how you obtain this information so that we can prevent future leaks of this kind. Now, I want you just for a moment to assess and grasp how vile and unethical it is to sort of ask. Because if he was a journalist, you would be essentially saying, you must give up a source. Now, he's not a journalist, so I obviously I'm very sensitive to the journalist and sources issue. But still, to ask somebody to rat out and snitch on somebody that shared personal information with you so you can punish them puts you in a moral quandary. Essentially, what they have done to Austin is say, rat out the guy who told you, or you will get the punishment in lieu of that person. That is coercive, that is disgusting, that is unethical, that is like almost like a form of fucking bullying on a corporate level. It's just appalling to me. Now, naturally, he refused because why would you? You will then be responsible for that person's ban. So they replied with this email. Hello, Austin. Thank you for providing your thoughts and concerns regarding Magic Organized Play. Your statement will be sent to the appropriate teams per your request. Your failure to cooperate with our investigation has resulted in your immediate suspension from the DCI, MTGO, and MTGA. These accounts have all been suspended until further notice. This is where it gets really bad. During this time, you may not participate in any Magic event as a player. Any invitations to Premier events you may have at this time or may obtain during your suspension are all revoked. But if you would like to appeal this decision, you can. Any petition regarding this suspension must include pertinent information pertinent to our investigation. So what they're saying here is, want to get unsuspended? Rat out the person who gave you the information in the first place. So it's like a double coercive element. Not only have we punished you, all you have to do to get unpunished is rat this person out. It is absolutely fucking disgusting. I simply cannot believe that they have communicated this to a professional player on their circuit. And currently, at the time of recording this, about a week after it happened, seemingly is standing by it, despite a spate of negative publicity. It gets especially crazy to me because I went through their codes of conduct. You can see that here. I had a good look at it. I went all the way through. There is nothing relating to disseminating allegedly sensitive information. There's stuff about harassment. There's stuff about impersonating people. There's stuff about scamming people. There's stuff about gaining access to accounts. There's general behavior stuff. There's nothing that would cover this punitive measure that they have issued. And you can go and look for yourself if you absolutely want to. This is so insane to me, what's happened here. And remember, Wizards of the Coast now, it's not just Dungeons & Dragons. It's not just Magic the Gathering. They're doing all these online games with online licenses. They want to operate in the online space. Well, absolutely not. Not while this decision stands. This is so outrageously disgusting that I would urge any of you, if you have a Magic the Gathering account online, Magic the Gathering Arena or whatever, simply log out. Do not spend another penny on it. Maybe even write email into them and get them to close the account down. This is not a company you should be supporting if that's the type of behavior they're going to engage in. And I really want to signal boost this story because I feel very strongly about that. So, just a quick one today. I hope that's given you some pertinent information and you can take the appropriate action. We shouldn't tolerate that type of behavior from these big companies, and hopefully Austin's ban will be overturned the more and more people talk about it, because it's ridiculous. They have no standing to do it whatsoever. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. As always, be sure to subscribe, stick a comment what you think about it down below, and take care of yourselves until the next time.